What up?
What up?
So, let's get right into it today. Is it healthy for your partner to stay friends with their ex, or does it create unnecessary drama? That's the question I'll ask you today. For a person who's in a relationship, if you're in a relationship right now, and your partner are friends with possibly let's say they have a friend they've been friends with for 20 years, a male friend. Say your girlfriend has a friend that she's been friends with, a male friend, and he's a straight friend at that. He's a heterosexual male friend that she's been friends with for 20 years.
And he's good looking.
Right, on top of that. Do you think that's healthy for your relationship? Do you think it's a problem?
It's a problem.
Right? I would say that a lot of men, at least straight men, would say that it is. I don't know. We're going to get into this, right? Right now, leave some comments right now letting me know what you feel about that. Leave some comments in the comment section saying whether you feel it or you don't feel it.
Yeah.
And tell me why you think it's a problem, right? We're going to talk about that. And then also we have scenarios where they're friends, but either that friendship is a platonic friendship or it's a guy that used to be, it's an ex now. It's a guy they used to be in a relationship with.
But if they've actually had a sexual past in some sort.
Right, because those exist as well. I've been in those situations, right? Yeah, my last relationship, she was friends with, not necessarily the ex, we don't do the exes, but we definitely did the whole situation where she was friends with a guy that she was friends with for well over 10, 20 years, you know what I mean? When they were so-called platonic friends. But I'm gonna just talk about the issues about it real fast, and then we'll get into a story about how I dealt with it. So, real quick, some of the things I think that can definitely be unhealthy for your relationship is that, first of all, it does create unnecessary drama because let's say you do have an issue with her, or you have issues with, jealousy. Let's just say that you might have some issues with that. Or let's say you guys have some remaining underlying issues with trust already. How can that possibly make it in a healthier situation if those already exist, right? It can't. Let's say if you already have some trust issues going on in your relationship, how can that possibly make it any better?
Right.
I just don't think it can. Also, I think it brings up issues with, let's say, the fact that so-called ex might still have feelings for her. She may not have feelings for him, but what if he still has feelings for her? How can you trust that he's not trying to make moves on her on the low,
Well, you kind of just have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you risk playing yourself looking like a square.
That's a good point.
And that's going to turn her off anyway.
Yeah.
Just because you're doing too much. You're going to find yourself doing insecure ass shit. And you're going to be like, how the fuck did I get here? Trust me, I know. I got it. Man, one time, look, check this out. When I was a young buck, we was in job court. And long story short, I pretty much had my situation pretty good with the chick I was dealing with when I was in there. And I already knew, low-key, some of her past, but I wasn't, seriously digging into it. I didn't really give a shit. I had a lot of other stuff going on. I still had court situations popping and trying to get that shit taken care of. So I was just down for the ride, having fun, And from long story short, from what I understood, she was a wild chick. But I like wild women. I don't give a fuck. Ain't got shit to do with me as long as I'm getting mine. That was my perspective on it.
True.
I'm not gonna get into all the feelings and shit. Why the fuck would I? I'm still worried about trying to stay out of jail.
Right.
So I'm rolling with the punches and having fun. A couple dudes that came up to me like, you watch out for her, bro. She broke my heart.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
I was
like,
I saw it.
that's your issue, dude. I was like, that's basically what I thought. I was like, okay, I wasn't tripping off that. I was like, I'm not new to this, so I'm not really tripping off that. But long story short, she broke my heart, and I got my feelings over it, and I literally I rushed up there to the other dorm over there, came up there, hella swole, did a bunch of push-ups, and I was like, every one of you niggas, bring your ass up out of here. I'm about to fight.
I was embarrassed for him, really.
I swear to God.
In my mind, unnecessary stuff I'm talking about.
In my mind, I really thought I was gonna beat up 5 guys, or at least try.
Right.
Fucking retarded, right? But man, that's what happens when I guess when you start believing that shit a little too much, probably more than you should, because it doesn't really give you much of a balance. But yeah, I got stupid over it, I made some dumb moves.
Yeah.
So
those are some of the negatives. I'm trying to think. I had a situation where, like I said, we already had underlining trust issues. She didn't trust me. And at first, I did actually have a lot of trust for her, but because of her lack of trust for me, eventually led to me not necessarily trusting her either. So then, when I finally meet this friend that we're already been in a relationship for damn near 2 years, and I kind of find out she has this friend that she said she's been with for like 10 years. I ain't never heard of this motherfucker, right? I never heard about him this whole time we've been together. Now he's your friend that you've been friends with for over 10 years, and I'm like saying he's not a gay friend, because I knew about a gay friend, but this dude is not a gay friend. He's a straight male. But you say you've been friends with for all these years. And so right off the bat, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna necessarily say I was being insecure about it, but I definitely wasn't trusting it. Because for one, the underlying trust that she didn't trust me already, which in turn made me not trust her. Yeah. And now all of a sudden you get this out of nowhere situation where you got a friend with a guy, because let's not forget, our relationship's already fragile now. Right? It's already fragile. So she could be looking another place now. So I'm thinking maybe, being the fact that our situation's already fragile, this could be that other place. Yeah. And you're playing it off like we're just friends, so I don't have to think about it, you know what I mean? So I don't question it too much. But that's one situation I went through. Eventually, we decided, of course, we finally broke up anyway. But that was one situation that I just really have not been comfortable with. I don't know if I'll ever be comfortable with it, to be honest with you. I was definitely more uncomfortable with it because we already had underlying issues. So that's definitely going to cause a problem if you already have issues like that.
Kind of highlight the problem.
Exactly. Right.
Shit, don't fuck around and add liquor to the situation. Y'all go out drinking or eating or something, and it just takes those little things to set people off. And then y'all, next thing you know, y'all basically bickering in front of the people that y'all supposed to be hanging out with. Right. You ever been that couple before?
Of course.
Oh, it's ugly.
It's embarrassing. Yeah. It's not really a good situation for sure. But I will say that there are also some positives. Not a lot, I don't think, but one positive is, it could make your relationship stronger. I'll say that, because if you guys can get past that and really find a way to really trust each other, you might find out not only you can learn to trust each other even stronger, but also that so-called friend might actually be an actual friend. It could be yours too. Yeah, it could actually become your friend too, and it could be a stronger situation. I will say there's one positive. I can't really think of a whole lot, to be honest. What about you?
If you're the kind of person who would ask other people about other people, I don't do that type of thing. But I've seen people do it. I've had, like female friends, dudes that they're dating, ask me about the chick, and I'm like, I don't get down like that. That's y'all business. You need to tell y'all need to figure that out. Right. Yes, I know, but it ain't for me to be saying. Right. You know what I mean? Right. We know that. We know some runners, but that's the homegirl and that's her dude. That's not my business to speak on that. Right. He as a man is supposed to figure that out for himself. For sure. If she cares enough about him, she'll tell him. Right. That's how I look at that.
Well, all right. So like I said, if you have any comments on that, which I know you do, make sure to comment on it in the comment section. Let us know. I want to hear your story. Don't just tell us a quick little comment. Let us know what you're going through right now, or if you've been through it before, so we can have a discussion about this for sure. Make sure to like and subscribe to the situation, and share it if you think anybody can learn anything from it. All right?
Absolutely. I love you guys, and I love myself. I'm able to love you because I love myself. That's how it works. Sure. So, love yourself for yourself. I fuck with y'all.
Be cool.